Hey, I'm Ken. Welcome to the stock market unfiltered slash candid slash funny. Try to be entertaining also. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Good Friday, that is. Got my little friend with me tonight, Easter Bunny. He had a special request for me, so that's why I have him on. He's watching to see if I'm going to do it. So we'll see. I don't want to get in trouble. Well, how long he's going to stay up on my shoulder? He might just fall off. Or she. He's got a pink bow. Must be a she. But man, you live here in North Carolina, you're in for a rainy Easter. It was 80, today's Friday, Good Friday. Yesterday, Thursday, and Wednesday, it was 87 degrees. Great. And here comes Easter weekend. Temperature dropped 40 degrees. From yesterday to today, it's 47 degrees and raining. It's a day for ducks and not rabbits or bunnies. Supposed to rain all weekend. That's all right. But the markets were closed today. But the big thing, the federal government's not closed. So they still put out this unemployment report today, which is kind of unusual because the market's closed. They don't have time to react to if it's bad news, good news, or they can't decide. But at least they got 3 or 4 days to think about it. They won't open back up till Monday. But the futures were open. And basically, before they made this unemployment announcement, the futures were down. And then after the announcement at 8:30, the futures closed at 9:15. So the last data I got was around 9 o'clock. The S&P was plus 6.5, which is basically flat. Futures we're talking about now. The Dow was plus 45.7. And the NASDAQ was flat at negative 5.6 after today's unemployment announcement. It's always a big thing, it seems like. But they couldn't react to it today unless you were trading after hours, or before hours in this case. And the futures trading closed at 9:15 this morning, so they didn't have much time to react to it, really. But the unemployment rate came in at 3.5%. They were expecting 3.6%, so that's telling you that the labor market and jobs are still tight, with only 3.5% unemployment. The government probably wants it to be more than that, because they're thinking with nobody's laying off that many people, although they are laying off people, and it's just things are happening in the economy. Non-farm payrolls were up 236,000, so that's 236,000 jobs created. They were expecting 238, so a little lighter number there. And I heard conflicting people say it was a cool report, a light report. Some said, every time you get an opinion, you get 10 different opinions about the same thing. So some people said this was light. Some said, oh, this is going to be a soft landing. I'm about tired of hearing a recession going to be hard, soft, or none, no recession. Who knows? We'll find out. But the 2-year yield, which, I like to buy them U.S. Treasury bonds, but I don't have the 3-month yield. I had the 2-year one up here before the announcement. It was 3.87% yield. And then it rose to 3.93 around 9 o'clock this morning. That's after the Fed's announcement. So we'll see how it plays out. But it's been a quiet week. Financials are kind of back on a hit again with different things going on with banks. They still want to try to keep bringing some of this financial stuff up. I don't know why. They just were not going to let it go. Kind of like me not letting Prudential go. So what I thought about doing to wrap up the week, and it's Easter, and let's do a recap maybe of some of the stocks I've talked about over the last several videos, and just give us a recap, see how we're doing, or things I've looked at. I'm not so much, as I've told you in the past, about prices going up and down, because I'm in it for the long term, but there's some people that do trade daily or weekly and looking for a low price, get in at a high price, things like that. So, or get out at a high price. You don't want to get in at a high price. So TFC, which I own, is a regional bank. And I told you I bought that at 30.50. And I think at one point during one of my videos, 34. And now it's 32.74 as of Thursday. So it's took a little $2 hit, but it's still higher than that cost basis I have of 31.50. It's at 32.74. But again, like I said, I'm just talking about price, but I'm not so much concerned for myself because I'm in it for the long haul and the dividend, and that dividend pays 52 cents a share, a quarter. So if you got 100 shares, that's $52 times 4. $208 on 100 shares. So not too bad. And then 3M, we talked about that, and it was around $105. And that's the one that's got all the negative sentiment. It does pay a really good dividend though. And right now it's $101.56. So it's gone down almost $3.50 basically from when we talked about it. And I told you I would buy some more if it got below that 52-week low. I just have earnings coming up in April, so which is only today's April the 7th, so we're only talking about like 3 weeks. But it's down to 101. The 52-week low is $100.16. So, and I've owned this in the past and sold it. But if all this negative sentiment about, to me, some of the analysts have said they think all these problems with the price miss on the earnings, the light outlook, and the lawsuits have all been priced in, but we'll see. So then another one talked about that I do on this one is Clorox. I don't own too many of them, but I got in at a decent price, like 120, 126. When we talked about it was around $158. The 52-week high is $160.59, so it's getting really close to that 52-week high. And right now it's $157.76, so it's dropped only 24 cents. So since the last time we talked, that was Monday, when we put this stock up there, Clorox. So kind of just doing a recap of what we talked about last week or so. And Chevron, you know, the big oil company, we talked about that Monday after over the last weekend, OPEC decided to make a oil production cut. Okay, that's fine. And that sent stocks, oil stocks, big oil especially, in a frenzy. Clorox was $171 back on 4-3. Then after he made that announcement, it went to, it was 160 something, went to $171, just like that. Didn't take long. And now it's down to, not that bad, 169.50, 167.55. This is for Chevron. I don't own this stock, but we talked about it a little bit. The PE ratio is 9.2, which I like. Price to earnings under 25, and this is 9.2. And dividend yield is 3.56, so that's pretty good percent. But it was at 171, I believe, somewhere around in there. It had a big rise up on the 3rd to 171. And now it's at 167, so that's about a $4 drop, 350. But what I really think that is profit taking. When you had a big run up like that, people won't take some profits. I don't think it's a bad sign, particularly. I mean, what you're supposed to do, if you buy low and you get some big run up like it had, you sell something and make some money. And the other one that I do own, that I talked about that I like, is Pioneer Natural Resource, ticker symbol PXD. That price went up from like 200, 201, somewhere around there. 203, but anyway, it went up about $8, $9, $10 in one day. And I told you I had the cost base on that was about 213. And when I talked about it, and after I was going up to 215, so I was a hit on that. But since then, it's gone down to 208, so I'm about $5 down since we last talked. Nah, that's no big deal. I'm not worried about it. Unless you're a day trader, you might would worry about it, but I don't like them for the long term. So, and again, like Chevron, I believe Pioneer, just because it went up so much, I mean, it went from like 203, 204, 205 to 213, $8, $9 move in one day back there on April the 3rd, on that Monday after OPEC made their announcements. So I think it's just profit taking, personally. So anyway, that's my take on some of the recaps we done. And you know, the last one, you don't think I forgot about it, do you? No, of course not. You remember this, my death cross symbol for Prudential. When I bought it, $75.50. Maybe a week and a half ago now, 2 weeks. Right, same day I bought it at $75.50. The same day it hit a 52-week low of $75.37. Remember that? And I've been harping on it. As I own it, so I can joke about it, as I said in the past. So any stock I own, I feel like I can joke about. If I see something funny going on with it, that's the one that's just avoid it altogether at the bottom. There's some kind of research company, the technical research they do on it. They always different than everybody else for the most part. It seems like it, but that was avoid altogether. But anyway, it closed yesterday, Thursday, at 83.36. So if you go from 75.37 to 83.36, we'll just call it 83.37 to make it even $8 round number. Going up $8 a week and a half. So I'm surprised I haven't seen a lot of profit taken in that. So they had a big move. But it's got some high price targets over 100. I hope it gets to 100. That'd be great. But I like the dividend on Prudential. So that's kind of a recap of all the stocks. We've been harping on, knocking stuff over on. Sorry. I had too much stuff on his desk. All right. But anyway, that's our recap on stocks. So, Miss Bunny, she's here because she wants me to talk about a stock. That's okay. I don't own the stock, but I'll talk about it. Oh, here we go. It is Easter, right? So, hope you guys have a good Easter, by the way. It won't be so much in North Carolina. This is rain, rain, rain. If you're a duck, it's great. If you plan on having an Easter egg hunt on Saturday or early church services on Sunday, and then have an Easter egg hunt after that, go out to eat, cook out, whatever you do. Hope you have a great time doing it. In North Carolina, it'll be raining. We'll be stuck in the house. But anyway, first thing the bunny wanted me to show you is this. Looks good, don't it? Reese's. And I don't know why they come up with a name like this, but I mean, I hear people say, whatchamacallit all the time. Here's a whatchamacallit bar. That looks good too. I'm getting hungry. And I like this right here. Payday. That's like when a dividend hits. You get paid, or when that pitiful Social Security check comes, I get mine next week. It'll be payday. And we'll kind of maybe show these two together because this gives away the company this bunny wants me to talk about. So, okay. Look at this. Hershey's milk chocolate. Yeah, and milk chocolate with almonds. I'm hungry. I want something to eat. I don't know what. Let's see. This made me hungry. This is all this candy. I mean, why not? They're good. I'm sitting here on it. It's Easter. God. Oh, my bunny. All right, you saw. Look, I had a candy. You want some candy? Oh, you don't want it. Yeah, he's happy now, ain't you? Yeah, you happy? Okay. Well, I'm going to let you sit over here. You aggravate me. I did what you want me to do. All right. We'll talk about Hershey. As soon as I swallow it. Not supposed to talk with your mouth full of food. It's good. Okay, bunny. Maybe you can sit right here. How about that? Yeah. You like that? You like being on YouTube? I'll hold you there. I can do that. You want me to talk about Hershey? Okay. Hershey does sell some good candy bars, don't they? And guess what? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 analysts on this research I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4 say buy. And one's an equal weight. One's a neutral. And that one at the bottom always says avoid. It actually says hold it long. It's in the green. That's amazing. So here's my breakdown of the company for you, bunny. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Currently, the stock price is $260.90. It's kind of expensive, in my opinion. It 52-week high is $261.17. So it's not very far away from that 27 cents from a 52-week high. And also, the beta is 0.2. So typically, this stock trades a whole lot less volatile than the S&P 500. I don't like the price to earnings. It's not too much. It's not too much above what I normally look at. It's 32.59. I don't like for it to be over 25. And quarterly dividend pays $1.03.6. It's $1 3 cents or 3.5 cents, something like that. The dividend was a 1.60%, and that's a low dividend, but the stock price is really high, so it's $260. So, and they had their next earnings would be in 427. Even surprised that Hershey's is not an aristocrat stock. Now, we're going to talk about aristocrat stock. Aristocrat stock has to have a certain market cap and pay a dividend increase for 25 years in a row. Hershey's has been paying a dividend since the last 80 years. And I was doing a little research on it, and I came across why is it not an aristocrat? It really should be an aristocrat stock, probably, but in 2009, they didn't raise the dividend, so that kicked them out. So, or started 25 years ago because they were raising dividend ever since 1988. So 20 years was 2008, 21 years at 2009, and they did something to try to help finances or to save some profit, some money. They kept the dividend, they didn't drop it, but they didn't increase it. So that restarted their 25 years. So ever since 2010, they've increased the dividend. So they got 25 years to go. So 25 years and 2010, 2035. So really, to me, it's an aristocrat stock, just 1 year out of 20 something. Actually, if you go from 1988 to 2023, I mean, you're talking about 35 years. And just didn't increase the dividend 1 out of 35 years. So to me, it qualifies as an aristocrat, but technically it doesn't. So, and they do good. They're a consumer, non-cyclical. Says they're in the food and tobacco part, because they're not doing tobacco, they do food. And I saw somewhere that the Cadbury eggs and the Peeps that are made by Cadbury, that Hershey has a license to sell them. So maybe they get some money for selling those Cadbury eggs that everybody loves at Easter, right? Yeah, you like that. So, personally for me, I probably wouldn't buy Hershey's at this price. I mean, it seems to be a good stock. It does have, let's see if we can go to cash flow. As you know, I always like to talk about cash flow. Their cash flow, this was a reported fourth quarter 2022 cash flow per share was $3.72. So that's a cash flow is positive. And that was reported on 2/23 of this year for the fourth quarter of last year, which was 2022. So to me, it's a little pricey stock because, I mean, at $260 and I'm getting $1.03 for a dividend. And it was just for a real quick comparison. I can go to Clorox, which on top of that, it has a 44 times earnings. This quarterly dividend is $1.18, and it's $100 cheaper than Hershey. So, 100 shares of Hershey's is going to cost you $26,000, and only $15,770, something like that, for Clorox. So anyway, that's my take on Hershey. Good company. I don't have a problem with it. It's just, like I said, it's a little pricey for me because of the price point being $260. I mean, 100 shares, $26,000 compared to $15,700 if you buy out Clorox, which is also close to its 52-week high. And you get $1.18 for Clorox, $1.03 for Hershey. So you like my recommendation of Hershey, huh? Yeah. Would you buy it? Of course you would. I might would buy it if it wasn't so expensive. Like I said before, in a portfolio, I have so much money. It's $5. Let's just use this for example. $25,000 for each one of my stocks. So if I own 10 stocks and I got $25,000 of each one, that's $250,000 in stocks, and then the rest is in fixed income and money market, or fixed income for interest rate, whatever you call it. That's just an example. So anyway, we won't be out here too long. We're gonna call it a night. And I did what the little bunny here wanted me to do. You happy about that? Yeah. Okay. Can you wave at all the folks? Okay. Oh, me. All right. Well, look, thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys really have a really good Easter, and just trying to put some fun on the stock market, you know, and have some little entertainment to go along. There's not a lot of news, and now we'll start, if the news keeps staying quiet, maybe we can get into this aristocrats and Champion. I found something today I had never heard of. It's called King Aristocrats. They pay a dividend for 50 years in a row. Not pay a dividend, increase the dividend for the last 50 years in a row. Well, I didn't realize that. Learn something new every day when you're doing research. But anyway, no, I'll set it for, but you guys have a great Easter. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your night tonight. And thanks for listening. And we'll see you sometime next week. Have a good one.